Hello and welcome to a training video for NIVS, which will show an overview of the vaccinator and vaccinator reporting roles for flu vaccinations. If you do not have access to the role you require, you will need to contact your trust's super user. If you do not know who this is or you have any other questions, please email nivs@england.nhs.uk and we will assist. This here is the home screen for NIVS. What you see here will depend on which roles have been assigned to you. For the vaccinator role, you will have these four options: immunisation status, patients, batches and pre-screenings. And for the reporting role, you will have these two: reports and vaccination extracts. If you hold more than one role, you will see a combination of these options on your home screen, as can be seen on my screen. Let's begin with the vaccinator roles. The first option is the immunisation status, which will allow you to check the vaccination status for any patient, regardless of which system their vaccinations have been added to. You will need to fill in either the NHS number or the full set of demographic information, and then click on the relevant magnifying glass, which will show the patient's immunisation records. As we're using a test page, there is no data to show here, but what will appear are the dates and types of any COVID or flu vaccinations the patient has had. We will then move on to patients, which is what most of you will be using NIVS for. This is used to add patients to the system and to record vaccinations for flu. We will start with adding the patient to the system. So you should search for the patient by NHS number. And if they don't appear, you can search with demographic information. Please note that some patients may have been added without an NHS number, meaning they may not appear if you search just by NHS number. So it's advised to search for demographic information if they don't initially appear. And if you don't find the patient you need, you can click on New Patient, fill in the relevant information, click on the magnifying glass and add them onto the system. To add a flu vaccination, you should again search for the patient, click on Edit, and then click on New Flu Vaccination and fill in the relevant information. And click Save. And this green pop-up here will show you that the vaccination has been saved successfully. If the batch that you require does not appear in the batch drop-down, which is this one here, you may need to add it onto the system or amend the existing batch under that name. Batches will not appear in the drop-down if their expiry date is before the vaccination date. They may also be marked as depleted, which will mean they do not appear in the drop-down. To amend this, you will need to go to the home screen and select Batches and search for the batch. If you click on Edit, you can see the batch information. So it may be the case that the batch has been marked as depleted, which means that it will not appear in the drop-down. If so, you'll need to untick depleted and click Save. And assuming the batch expiry date is after the vaccination date, then it will appear in the drop-down. The reporting role allows users access to vaccination reports, which can be shown via the vaccination extracts option. To download an extract, you should click on the vaccination extract option and select the type of extract that you want from the drop-down. The three that are relevant for flu are all flu vaccination events recorded by your organisation, health and care workers and patients, which will show all flu vaccinations that have been uploaded onto NIVS by users from your organisation. All flu vaccination events recorded for employees of your organisation will show all flu vaccinations that are on NIVS where the patient is an employee of your organisation. And the third one is patients with multiple flu vaccinations on the same day. This can be used to highlight any duplications, any vaccinations that have been accidentally added twice. These can then be deleted by your organisation's super user. Please note that these only refer to records that have been saved on NIVS and will not show vaccinations that have been recorded on other systems. That concludes this overview of NIVS. As always, if you have any questions, you can find our email address at the Contact Us button in the bottom left, where you will find our email address nivs@england.nhs.uk, where we will be able to answer any questions you may have about the system. Thank you.